Hi everybody, I am so excited. I'm going to be teaching a class on altering a book. So you're going to have to be patient with me because this is actually part one of the tutorial. And I have not done a tutorial for YouTube. Not like this. So let's hope I stay on camera. Let's hope this goes great. We shall see. We shall see. You may not be able to stand a tutorial of the 5 or 10 minutes is long enough. Okay, this, and I will post the link to the video that shows this particular altered book. And I titled it Love with a Heart Like His, and I cut the book up, tore out the pages, and then made it into a shadow box with some of my favorite things. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm a little bit nervous. A little bit nervous. But it is a lot of fun, and so I want to go ahead so that everyone will see how to go about starting the initial part of the altered box. Now, if you want, altered book rather, if you want some really great information on altering things, my friend Artie Dar, who also has a Ustream channel and so forth, has excellent information, and she is the true talent. Totally the true talent. So she was the one that gave me the inspiration, so you need to check her out. But I'm going to show you how I alter the book and get you started so that you can make yours into a shadow box if you like. So I'm going to show you the tools, but I wanted to show you the book. I left those pages as they are, so I really like that texture. And I loved the pattern on the book, so I left it. And then I put, when I made this the first part of January of 2011, this year. And so I added some of my favorite things to it. So for today, I'm going to show you how to make the box, how to make the book. And these are the tools that basically that you will need. So of course you'll need a book, which I have two here, and you'll see why in a second. So I've got two books, and you can decide if you want to do the outsides or whatever. And then you'll need a brush, and then you'll need some glue. And I keep mine upright. I was thrilled the other day to see Dee Dee Inkwell, I-N-K-I-W-E-L-L, put that on the screen. I'm nervous. She also does this. You put your glue in there and it stays to the bottom. Any type of really good glue. This is Aleene's khaki glue, which is really great. So any type of glue. You'll also need, people laugh because they say I don't say this right, jackknife. And you will need a pencil, possibly a pen if you can't see the pencil lines very well, a ruler, and then I would go ahead and get some scissors, some pretty sharp scissors. To be able to do some of the finer detail. I also have a smaller X-Acto knife that I might have to use on some smaller points, so you may want to have one of those on hand also. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, this is my book, and I'm going to show you how to, just the simple part of going ahead and gluing this together. Very, very simple. Very simple. Promise, promise, promise. I just take the Aleene's glue. Now this one's kind of tilted. Now these are thrift store books, but I'm always very, try to be very, if it's something that I know that I can pass on, I certainly do. But sometimes you just gotta art. So I'm going to just very generously put the glue on the top. Not everybody likes to put their lids back on, but I do. And then you just take the glue, and this dries clear. You do want a glue that's going to dry clear. Now, if you're going to leave the outside, you want to kind of be careful. And we're going to do that to all sides. This is probably like watching paint dry for you guys. This is very thick glue too. But try what glues you have. Now, like I said, this is pretty thick and very secure. Now, depending on my pages, like the book I just showed you that I altered, I left the pages showing because I really love that texture. And you could actually do any book the way that book is just running a scissor down the edges. So now I'm going to do the top. And you're going to get messy. You're going to get messy. Now, if you find other ways that works better for you, please share, because I know this will not be my last altered book. But I find that this fills all the pages. Now, you may want to do a couple of coats, and especially at the back, say this part isn't, you may want to glue that a little bit also. And you can wash your brush out. Then I put something very heavy on it, or I clamp it. You can get clamps at the dollar store, but like I said, just make sure you have plenty of glue all the way around and make sure it's sealed. It may take a couple of coats. So I'm going to set this aside so that we can move on. Set my glue aside. And this book is already glued. This one is already glued shut. I left the pages. Now, when I get inside, I may have to put some glue on the inside of the cover, but it should not be a problem to do so. So this one's already glued. I really like this texture that's on this book, so I'm going to leave it. The next thing you want to do is decide, okay, how big do I want the shadow box? Do I want to leave this portion like I did on this book, and I also use the titles, or do I want to, cut it up? And so then I decide. I think with this one, I'm probably going to go all the way across. So I've got my ruler, and I decide how far I want from the top. Now, you don't want to get too close to the edge. So I'm going to use my pencil. Ooh, let me make sure that's straight. You can at least adjust it once you get. And then I decide I want probably about the same width at the bottom. You can erase the lines on the edges later. So I'm probably going to go right smack up to the edge with this. That would be a great line right there. And then over here, I'm going to come in a little bit. I am not good at eyeballing lines. I'm just, You've seen some of my drawings. Oh, that didn't draw. If you've seen some of my drawings, you will know. Woo! Pencils, please. Stop doing that. Now, I may want to come over just a little bit more to kind of balance it out. So, I think I will. Just a little more. Now, I kind of like that. I think I'll leave that there. I don't know what I'll do to the cover yet. Okay, so then I'm going to take my lines, and you have to put a little bit of weight on it. And if you don't get right on the line, don't worry about it, because you can certainly come out. Oops, see, I got a little bit off there. You can certainly come back and take care of any areas that you need to in the end. And please be careful with your hands. We don't want any bloodshed while doing this project. It helps that the books stick too. And parts of it I found on my other book is that I had to saw a little bit to get some of the corners out. I'm just going to ease in there. To make sure I got the corner. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Then I'm going to see if I can lift that out yet. May not have gone deep enough yet. That's okay. I can see it loosening up, so we're getting there. And you might get a few pages out also. So we're just going to keep cutting. Okay? Now, I'm going to use my knife. And there comes out the cover. And you can use this for other things, so don't get rid of it. You can use it for postcards, ATCs, many things. And then I just start ripping out the inside. You may want some sandpaper toward the end. You may decide you want several different things or have it done differently. So I suggest you have a fresh blade on your X-Acto knife. And you just continue on until you get as far as you want. How the depth depends on you entirely, what you may want to put inside. You clearly don't want to go all the way through the back. Unless you're really going to put a double, if you want to do a two-sided, that's totally possible. The corners you will need to be extra patient with because they seem to be a little bit harder to cut, to make sure that they're cleaned out. Another option is you could pull the paper down and let it hang out on the edges. You could cut from here out. So there's many, kind of like a nest. There's so many different options. Just let your creativity go. There's no rules. I can tell you one thing. Probably a couple of years ago, I would not be cutting up a book. I cherish my books. We have probably about 3,000 volumes, and they're multiple copies. They're not like, they're not multiple copies, rather. We have a few that we might have two of, but it's a rarity. We obviously love to read. And I did not grow up that way. I did not grow up a reader. I was very much an outdoors, sportsy person. If you see me now, you'd be like, you play sports. I also have a hand vac. This does get a little bit messy. Just keep going. And you may find you want to widen the book a little bit.